Mag ik vragen, can I ask you to join me here on stage? You're looking at a very persistent woman who is going to talk to us. I didn't go to her presentation. I go like, why would I go to a boring commercial agency, an advertentiebureau? I was just totally not interested. I thought I could never get an interesting presentation there. But we went to another group, and this group which went to her came back totally enthusiastic. We saw a woman. She was a presenter. She's amazing. So okay, we got her over. And this is a woman who first had a career into teaching people how to dance for 7 years. And she was extraordinarily bored and said, I need to do something else. Then she went into catering for hotels. And she basically did that for about 10 years. Was amazingly bored.
9 months.
9 months, sorry. 9 years, 9 months, okay. Yeah. And then she basically said, oh, and she went into advertisement, and she's been there 14 years, something like that. Okay, yep. So she's a woman who works hard but plays harder. She is extraordinarily famous in Shanghai in the karaoke bars, where she takes her son of 16 months, who is now already totally into that daughter. See? Hey, the idea is about the same.
You're not a very good listener.
I'm not a very good listener, I'm totally sure. Yeah, that's true. And see, after being with her boyfriend for about 13 years, okay, had that number right. Who cares, daughter or okay. She basically decided to also become a mother. And what happened after the baby was born? Half an hour later, she was emailing her whole audience like, I've produced version 2.0 and blah, blah, blah. She was already emailing half an hour later. This woman is totally consumed by the new media, totally consumed by companies and moving them forwards into this new area, both as a country and as an industry. So I would like to give you a big hand for Tze Kiat, and we really appreciate that you're here. Thank you very much.
I really hate to give a presentation after lunch. So I make sure that I'm energetic enough and make you guys energetic. Now, first of all, I need to correct this. My name is called Tze Kiat, and it's not Kiat Z. In China, the way that we put our name is our last name first. So it's Tze Kiat. So when you see a Chinese name card, the first name on the Chinese name is always their last name. It's just complicated, but last name first, all right? So last name is Tan, Tze Kiat is my name. And people call me Z. The reason why is because when I was studying in US, a lot of Americans couldn't pronounce my name properly, and my name ended up become like Pussycat. So I got very angry, and at that time, ZZ Top was one of the hottest bands. So you know how old I am. So I decided to call myself Z. I think it's cool. Now, here you go. I need to find my file. Okay. Z. Now we are supposed to talk about China consumer market. Before we talk about the consumer, I wanted to talk about China first. Now, give me a hand. Who never been to China? All right, a lot of people. You need to go there. It's so cheap. Because this is my first time to Amsterdam. I want to kill myself. A taxi ride is 30 euro dollar. A dinner, a normal one, burger, is 15 euro dollar. You know, 150 renminbi, you can eat so much. You can actually can eat 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So go there, you will enjoy it, so cheap. Anyway, now those people who never been to China, tell me, what is your expression, thinking? When we talk about China, what has come to your mind? Persistence. You've been to China many times. People never been to China, tell me. Anyone? Yes? You've been to China? Any? Never mind. When I talk about China to a lot of foreigners, they always tell me, oh, Great Wall. Yes, China have Great Walls. China have a lot of historical places. This is Terracotta Warriors, one of the must-go places. So if you plan to go to China, these 2 places must go. a lot of people think that China is very grayish, like people is in black and white, gray shirts, very old, very traditional. Women's black hair, you know, normal cut. Look, my hair is actually very trendy. People also think that China, like old ports, very dirty, many people, right? A lot of bicycles going around, and weird food. I was just talking to one of today's audience that why is Chinese have weird food? Now our theory is anything that the back is facing the sky, you can eat them. So you can just think, what are those? Cockroaches, scorpion, we eat those. I don't. But people eat that. Although there's weird things going around, but I always call China a happening China. Why is that so? Is this is the bun. A decade ago. This is today. Very nice place, but like I say, always say, this is just one portion of China. It doesn't represent China all, but today the bun is already have a major changes. Just for information, the bun is in the Shanghai, one of the very, very must-see places in Shanghai. Look at this toilet. Now, many people think that China have very horrible toilets. Yes, in a lot of rural area, you still will see weird toilets. But we do have very, very high-class toilets, okay? We now have 1,000 new toilets ready in Beijing for Olympics. So no worry if you're going to Olympic. This is a toilet you will see. It's clean, water, nice smell. It's not like that anymore. Now a lot of people ask me that picture, why is that two there? Don't ask me why people did use it together. Bicycle. A lot of bicycle. It's no longer happen in China. We have many cars. Just look at the numbers. It's 4,500 cars sold a day. Can you just imagine how many cars you have in China? I don't need to go into the number. Now, a lot of people would think that Chinese women have that look. Today, we actually have Miss World 2007. Beautiful women. Now, Dorit actually went through this economic chart just now. I'm just going to go through it quickly. We have breaking records economically. We have exit 9% in the 22 years total annual growth. And we also have 11.4% GDP last year. And this year, we are forecast at 9.9%. Now, a lot of people will say that, so is it still growing? Yes, people forecast that it will still move on until 2020. I want to share with you a quick media, because I know that the next speaker is going to talk about media scene, but I just want to go through quickly. This is in 1990. We have 3 CCTV channels and less than 1,000 local TV channels. And one very important point I wanted to talk about is the advertiser who spent 100 million renminbi was only 4 advertisers. Let's look at today. Today we have 16 CCTV channels, 2,700 local TV channels. I'm not even counting those illegal satellites that I can receive from Europe channels. I can receive Philippines channel. Yeah, you can have that. But the most important is look at the numbers of the advertiser who spend more than 200 million budget, which is 112 advertiser. How aggressive it is right now. Don't forget about web as well. Dorit actually shared with us 53% growth in 07 versus 06, and we have 210 million users, 16% of the population, and they spend 16 hours online. So that's how aggressive it is. Also, don't forget about mobility, which is the world's largest mobile phone owners in the world. We have about 565 million owners. 98% ownership is in the city. Just imagine when we open it to the rural area, how big this market it is. Now,